What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Let me get the camera is looking crazy. Let me get myself together. Got me like in a weird spot. I don't know. I must have bumped the camera. It's pointing in a different direction. Something. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Y'all pull up. Y'all pull up. Oh, let me pin this comment. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Pin this comment. What's happening, man? Y'all pull up, y'all pull up, y'all pull up. Drop something in the chat so I can see who up in here. As always, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If anybody want to pull up and let his name. Oh, they left the name at the ticket counter. They went in already. Y'all hold on for a second, man. Y'all hold on. I got to take care of some family stuff. Is my sweet on here? No, she not on here. Y'all hold on. Y'all give me a second. I gotta call Calandra and let her know that Chris Homeboy and them went in. Y'all hold on just a second, man. Give me just a second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I appreciate y'all patience. I appreciate y'all patience. Got teenagers out doing teenage things, man. But anyway, let's get the pleasantries out of the way. I appreciate everybody for pulling up on a Sunday. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to hang out here with me. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet and I just talk about the stock market. I talk about price action. I talk about everything that I have learned, I have crammed into my Chrome Dome when it comes to investing, trading, economic stuff that affect my everything stock market, man. I get on here and I do it for the free 99 because my intention is to share everything I know in the hopes of helping somebody out there add just a little bit of something to their own, you know what I'm saying, trading strategy, investing journey, whatever. Just help somebody in some kind of way. And I do it for the free 99. I do not wish to charge anybody for sharing this information. The only thing I ask you to do is press the like button. It may be on this side of your screen. It may be on that side of your screen. It may be in the middle. Wherever the like button is down here below me, please hit the like button. That's the only payment I ask you to do. That's the only payment I ask you to do. Speaking of payment, shout out our sponsors. Today's sponsors are thenewtlr.com. Visit thenewtlr.com to get your Spider Gang merch, man. I got options. I buy them, I sell them. That's the staple. That's the first shirt. Discipline over dollars. I was leaving the football game Friday night and somebody yelled out their truck, "What's going on, Mr. Discipline over dollars?" I have not a clue who it was. I was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" Discipline over dollars. Go get your Spider Gang merch, the apparel and accessory shop for traders and investors. Our second sponsor is Banjo, new music by Il Jodam, now streaming on all streaming platforms. Go to Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, anywhere, and search Banjo by Il Jodam, EELJODEM, Il Jodam. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. TheNewTLR.com is myself, and Il Jodam is my son. Support our sponsors. What's going on, man? What's going on? Who up in here? What's going on, Colleen? How are you? What's going on? Here to learn and share. Good afternoon. Blue eyes. Oh, blue eyes. What's going on? What's going on, Ryan? How are you, Brittany? What's going on, Brittany? I did not get my tea and crumpets today, Brittany. What's going on, Regina? What's happening? I see a whole lot more numbers than I see names in the chats. Y'all do me a favor. Hit the like button if you will. That's the only payment I ask. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Right? Before we get into it, I like to preface this by saying, shout out PDub and Lex for they live video that they did yesterday. Shout out PDub and Lex. Right now that I shot them out, smack PDub and Lex upside the head for pretty much talk about exactly what I was gonna be talking about today. Not everything, but they incorporated what I was gonna be talking about today. I had already had it mapped out in my head. I'm just gonna go back and look at what price action had already done, where we at, so we can try to get a good feel for where we at. And these two jokers did exactly that yesterday on their live. So that's the video today, y'all. Go look at their video and that's it. Nah, I'm just tripping. Yeah, it was. It was awesome. It was awesome. I'm just tripping. I'm still going, you know what I'm saying? Give my spiel, say what I got to say. But looking at my what's the name here? Looking at my chart here, y'all can see I was going through marking different things on my chart already. And well, I ain't gonna say already, but I had went through and marked some stuff on my chart, and lo and behold, these two jokers went in and pretty much said everything I was gonna say while they was giving out all of their fire information. When PDub went through and broke down everything that the market had done already, that's all I was gonna do. I was just gonna go through and break down everything the market had done already, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway because that's what I planned on doing, and I ain't got nothing else to talk about, so that's what I'm gonna talk about. What's going on, my sweetie up in here? What's going on, baby? What's up, 2K Crypto? What's going on with you? Hey, baby, how you doing? Tasha, what's up, Tasha? Tell Snoopy I said, what's going on, man? Hey, so here we go. Looking back, I got it set on weekly candles right now. It's hot up under these lights, man. Warm. It's these ones up here, these regular ones. These ain't that bad. But anyway, I got it set on weekly candles right now because I want to just get a feel for where we was at on the broader time frame, right? I did most of the marking I did most of the marking on the weekly time frame. This stuff back here is stuff that's completed, but I don't know if y'all can even see some of these boxes, like this blue box right here. I don't know if y'all can really see that on y'all screen, but anyway, some of this stuff is already completed, but I left it there for conversations for the sake of talking. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put it down on my other screen so I can break my pen out and write on the screenshot. So I can break my pen out and write on the screenshot. That way I can write and talk. I keep forgetting I be having this glare on my screen. I be having this glare on my screen. Let me y'all let me know if y'all can still hear me okay when I sit back like this right here. Cause I be getting that glare on my screen when I be up like that right there. Somebody put a yes or something in the chat if y'all can still hear me pretty good when I'm sitting back like this right here. Let me try to scoot this a little bit closer. Hold on. Okay. All right. So hopefully, okay, appreciate that, 2K Crypto. Let me get this in here. Then I'm gonna take a screenshot and we're gonna discuss. Man, what's the name? I know the other screen is a lot bigger, but man, taking me forever to get it in the screen. Okay, so these weekly candles, right? Let's get a screenshot of this right here. Right, so we got weekly candles here, right? And if y'all notice, y'all can see what we did. We came down. This line right here, that red line, that's a breaking structure to the downside. So we came down, right? We came down, we had a breaking structure to the downside right there, right? Got a breaking structure to like right over here, this red line right there. We had a breaking structure to the downside. I don't know if y'all can see this fair value gap that I have marked out, but it's already filled in already. right? So we had a breaking structure to the downside, right? And we came down here and and set a relative well, not relative, but pretty much equal lows. This I want to say this low is like right around 41.98. So we just gonna call it 4,200, close enough for government's sake. I ain't trying to remember the exact number. So this came down and made this relative equal low at 4,200, right? So we came down to make that weekly low at 4,200. Then we pushed back up into this weekly fair value gap right there, right? Once we pushed into the end, this breaking structure. So we had a breaking structure, we had a fair value gap, then we came down and set an equal low at 4,200, bounced off 4,200, came back up, right? Filled in the fair value gap, right? I know my fair value gap ugly, right? But filled in the fair value gap. I don't know if y'all can see the top of the line. I still had it in the highlighted. Boom. Filled in the fair value gap, right? And then once we filled in the fair value, these weekly candles now. So this week we broke structure, right? At the red line. This week we set an equal low at 4,200. All right. Came wick back up until we ran some good liquidity. Wick back up, right? Then we came back up and filled in the fair value gap right there. I don't know what the price is because I ain't got the price on there. We ain't gonna worry about that right now. Wick back down, right? Then one more time the next week came back, tested it again, giving you another opportunity to go short, right? Setting relative equal low highs, right? So now we have set equal highs right here, right? We're gonna just gonna stretch that out in time. Golly, Tim, learn how to write, right? We set equal highs right there. Boom. The equal highs are set, right? And then once we set the equal highs, look like I got a daily fair value gap in there. So yeah, that white box is a daily fair value gap in there too. I look at that on the daily level, right? So we push back down. Once we push down, right, we broke structure again to the downside. Don't worry about why this line green. I'll show you that in a minute, right? So we broke structure again, right? What did I do? Okay, so we broke structure again to the downside, right? We broke structure again to the downside. Then we bounced back up, came back up, and ran the equal highs, got up into that daily fair value gap, right? And then sold off, ping out, gone down. That's when we broke structure to the downside here. I tell you, don't worry about why this one was green, because initially I had a red breaking structure line there, but when we broke structure to the upside over here, it was in the same spot, and it came all the way back to the same level as these equal lows over here. That's why I just took that red line off and left that line green. That's why I did that. But so we came down after we ran this buy side liquidity right up there, right? Took it out, got into this daily fair value gap, right? There's a daily fair value gap there. I'll show it to you on the daily chart once matter of fact, I can flip this over to daily right here and show you now. Daily, boop, go to daily chart, scrunch it up, move it over. See, daily fair value gap right there. All right, that's the daily fair value gap we got back up into. That's the equal highs on the weekly right there where that green line is. I don't know if you can see it, but this the equal highs on the weekly. That's the daily fair value gap, boom, that we got into before selling back down, right? Back to the weekly chart, right? So we came down, right? Broke this, had a breaking structure to the downside. That's why that red line there. Boom, another breaking structure to the downside, right? We bounced back up after breaking structure, came back up here and kissed this weekly fair value gap right there, right? On the way down, breaking structure, we came down, came back up, make sure we ain't leave no fair value gap nowhere. Though all them wicks match up, came, and then we came down and broke structure. We left a weekly fair value gap right there, right? And once we came down and got up under this liquidity, right, we didn't close below. We wicked down and closed above that breaking structure, right? Right? But in that same week, we went up and we kissed this fair value gap. So now, boom, ready to go that way, but not quite yet, right? So we did that work there. Then once we did that work there, we went on ahead and got a closure below that breaking structure and pushed down, right? We came back and tested that breaking structure right where? At these relative equal lows at 4,200 right there, right? Right, though, when we broke that structure right there. So now that breaking structure, right, is now, you know, acting as resistance, right? It's acting as resistance right there. We got, you see how price was respecting that level. We came below it, wicked up, came below it, wicked right at it, came below it, wicked above it again, and then we finally broke through that area right there. Now we get above it and wick down, come back up, test it, wick down. You see what I'm saying? Sell off. So that area right there, now we came back to that area this time, boom, we went through it. We went through it with authority right over here on this week. Boop, poke right through it. Because we got all the wax on, wax off that we needed in that area for these all these different gaps on the lower levels. These are weekly candles. So everything on the lower level, all these long wicks on the weekly, is a whole lot of stuff going on the dailies, on the 4 hours, on the 60 minutes. It's a lot going on them levels when you get them long weekly candles like that, right? And on the way down, we had one more breaking structure where we just start consolidating right here. Shout out PDub yesterday when he pointed out the fact that when it be consolidating like this right here, the market engineering liquidity, right? That's something that I heard ICT say several times in his videos. But shout out PDub for pointing that out again yesterday. That's a term that I don't use a lot, but it's like it's in the back of my mind. I don't say engineering liquidity. I be like it's swimming in the pool of liquidity. You know, when it'd be like up, down, up. Come here, microphone. I done knocked my microphone down. Cheese and rice. Let's see if we can fix this. Boom. Right when I be like it's swimming in the pool of liquidity, splash in, boom, up, down, up, down. But that's what I be talking about right there. Engineering the liquidity when it's just consolidating. Once you break below a liquidity area, like how we broke below this liquidity area here, and then we broke below this liquidity area here. Like when we broke below this liquidity area here, we just kind of consolidated, engineering liquidity. We broke to the downside. We only did it for a couple weeks, right? When we broke below this area right here, we stayed here we broke 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like on the 6th week we started breaking away from it. So that's a really long time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fractal. So when you look at a minute chart, it ain't that bad. When you look at 6 candles on a minute chart, it ain't that bad if you look at 6 candles on a 5-minute chart, on an hourly chart even, it ain't that bad. But when you're looking at candles like this on a weekly chart, this is a really long time. That's the whole summer. You feel me? That's the whole summer. We'd have been here for the whole. You know how long the whole summer is? That's the whole summer, man. So there we go. We engineered the liquidity there, and then once we engineered all our liquidity, the market showed you I was engineering it to go to the upside, right? Just like back in June, we stayed here engineering a little bit of liquidity there, and the market showed you I did it to go to the downside. We didn't go far, you know what I'm saying, but we went to the downside a little bit more because the market told you here, okay, I'm closing below this swing low over here, right? So I want to go down now, right? So we went down, went up, and then we broke down. Boom. And we didn't stay there long. We ain't engineer a lot, and then so we just went boom, little short ways, right? So here we go. We engineered some liquidity here, then boom. Now we still on this move up. Now this is the move we on right now. When I'm like, hey, we on this move right now when I'm like, hey, we need the market to cool off. And now we're looking like we're getting ready to cool off a little bit. Will we pull back and cool off? Will we consolidate and cool off? That depends on how strong this 4,200 level is, between how strong of a fight the Bulls and Bears got left in them at this 4,200 level right here. This is the where the rubber meet the road, if you will. Where the rubber meet the road, if you will. Get out of that dot. And the reason why I say that is because this was the relative equal lows from way back here. What is that? last year, it matched up to last year, July sometimes, right? We stayed above that area from last year, July, all the way up until this year in February. We broke below it. So we stayed above that area from July 2021 all the way to February 2022 before we ran that liquidity out right there. We got close to it in January, right? But we didn't run it. We got close to it, didn't run it. And then we finally dipped into it in February, dipped back into it in March, bounced up off it, and then we really purged it, right? So from July 2021 to January or February 2022, this little dip in the liquidity pool, that right there should have been a telltale sign that we were not going to take back off to all-time highs during this time. Well, Tim, why you say that? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers, right? So back in this time, while we was dropping here, what was the narrative that was on the horizon? Somebody drop in the chat. Somebody drop in the chat from like January up until like March or April. What was the narrative on the horizon? What was everybody screaming on CNBC and Bloomberg and all of that right there? Somebody drop in the chat, right? So one, what the narrative was, right? Two, we were going down. We were bearish, right? And then three, we just hit some liquidity that had been sitting here ever since July 2021, right? Right? War, recession, inflation, rate hikes, basis points. If y'all don't know what basis points is, they'll talk about war. They was talking about basis points, talk about rate hikes, inflation, recession, all bad news bears. All it was bad news bears from, let me see, July. Come here, Tim. Get back up there. What you doing? July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Get out of here. February. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. 8 months we sat above that. We stayed above this liquidity for 8 months, right? It's a whole lot of money. It's a whole lot of money in this. Yes, it is a whole lot of money in there. So we got negative catalyst, right? Negative catalyst or narrative, right? We got God dog it. Come here. We got a bearish trend that we in right now, right? And then we just tapped our toe in there. Tapped our toe in there, right? With the amount of liquidity that's under here, right? Them little taps is not enough to soak up all the liquidity that's laying up under them, right? Not enough. Not enough to do it. Get out of here. Move out the way. Right? Not enough to do it. Okay. So boom. When we came back up, after we tapped in there and shot back up, that was a telltale sign that this right here is just coming back up to run some buy side or get to an imbalance and then go. What's the target? This equal highs right there, right? That was the target. Boom. Just recapping where we at so we can figure out where we possibly gonna go, right? So boom, that was the target, right? We talked about a lot of this stuff back then. So for anybody that's tapping in for the first time and like, yeah, Captain Hindsight, we talked about a lot of this stuff back then. So we just reviewing. Okay, so boom. Once we hit this these equal highs in this daily fair value gap, we sold off, right? Boom, sold off. Come here. Come here. right? We sold off, came down, got a new breaking structure, made a fair value gap over there, like I said before, came back up, bounced there, right? At that 4,200, like I said before, then came back down, engineered the liquidity, like I said before. Now on the way up, what are we doing on the way up? God dog, I keep forgetting I ain't in Photoshop. That's why I keep writing on the thing like that. On the way up, after we engineered this liquidity, we came up. We got a weekly fair value gap. I don't know if y'all can see that all that good, but it's a weekly fair value gap right here, right? I don't know how good you can see it, but it's a weekly fair value gap right there. So we got a weekly fair value gap. We got a day, that white box up under it is a daily fair value gap. And then right here, we got another weekly fair value gap and a daily fair value gap in the same spot, right? That's what we have made on the way up. Now, on the way back up on this run, when I've been saying the market need to cool off, we just made a breaking structure to the upside at a very pivotal point from the last time. On the way down, you can see how much fight the Bulls and the Bears had during this time. We came down to it, bounced back up, came back to it, bounced back up, came to it a little bit, came to it, bounced back up, finally bust through, right? Once we bust through, came up, set equal highs right there, came down. That's a very pivotal point right here. Pivotal. That's, I'm saying pivotal. That's a very pivotal point. Y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, right there, it's a fight right here, right? And so now that we got above that, let's see what's going on now. We're gonna drop down to a lower time frame. So we left, like I said, we left an imbalance here on the weekly. We left an imbalance there on the daily, right? We left a daily and weekly imbalance here, right at the breaking structure at that pivotal point. I'm gonna stop saying that word. At that point, right? At that point. Now, let's drop down to a daily and look at what's going on a daily. Get out of here, weekly candles, right? So we on the daily right now. Let me get this in the screen. Try to see if I can get it all in there. Pause. We don't need everything over there because we're just looking at what we're doing now. We don't need all the other stuff on the other side. That stuff that's not done. Okay, I'll go back to there. That's a good spot. Yeah, I'll go back to that. That's a good spot. Give me a screenshot of that. Come here. Boop. There we go. So now, on the daily, we're going to look at the stuff that's not done yet. Here go these equal highs that we set, right? And we just got back to, right? Man, we set them equal highs on the weekly and we came down. That's our breaking structure. That's the bottom breaking structure right there. As you can see on the daily, we came back up, tested breaking structure, right? Set a new low, came back up again, test that point. We was consolidating at that point, that 4,200 point, like 41.98, I think it was. Consolidated at a point, sold off, engineered the liquidity at the bottom. This just how it look on the daily. Engineered the liquidity at the bottom, and then ping out, we took off. We got the ping out. There we go. So now we're above that point, right? We're above that 4,200 point, right? So now, where are we going from here? I said all that to say, I don't know. But let's look at what we got going on. I don't know if y'all can see the blue box, but there is a weekly fair value gap right here at the same spot as this daily. Come on, draw, Tim. As this, it's a daily fair value gap there too, but I just marked out the weekly, right? Right in that area there. I don't know how good you can see it because it's a blue box, but that's a weekly fair value gap right there. Weekly FVG. fair value gap. There you go. So we got a weekly fair value gap right there, right? So right here, we got some weekly equal highs. Weekly equal highs. Right? Right there at that line right there. So now we've come back up, got above, dipped above these weekly equal highs right here. Right? Tapped above it. And now we're pulling back toward that point. Pivotal. The pivotal point, right? Where the Bulls and Bears come out and show their biggest, baddest, boldest strength, right? Sitting right at that area, we got a weekly and a daily fair value gap right there. So, right, what all do we have in this area? We got a weekly breaking structure, right? We got a weekly breaking market structure, right? We got a weekly fair value gap, right? We got a daily fair value gap, right? And then, yeah, that's all we got right at this 4,200, right? So that's a whole lot of money in this Babia, right? Right there, that's all we got right here at this 4,200, right? We got all of that right there sitting at the 4,200. Weekly breaking structure, right? Weekly fair value gap, daily fair value gap, all sitting right there at that 4,200, right? Now, how much strength do the Bulls and the Bears have left in them? Nobody knows. We don't have any catalyst right now in the month of August to put. Let's look at, while we talk about that, let's look at let's see what we got coming up next week. What did I do? Let me jump to my other screen real quick. I moved the whole thing. I didn't try to do that. I moved the whole screen. Let's go to Econo Day real quick. Right? Might need to go to Forex Factory because I can look at more stuff on Forex Factory. I can look farther out on Forex Factory. Right? Let's go to forexfactory.com. We're gonna go we're gonna go through. I'm gonna go all the way to the end of February, September, if you let me. Okay, so we got some PMI numbers tomorrow. I mean Tuesday. We got some PMI numbers on Tuesday. What in the world is prelim GDP? I don't even know what prelim GDP mean. We got Jackson Hole on the 25th. We got PCE Friday. That right there, that's about the most important one. We got Jackson Hole coming up, but this PCE, that's something that the Fed gonna be watching. And then Friday, we got Powell speaking, right? So that's some important stuff right there. So you got Jackson Hole day 1, you got Jackson Hole day 2 on Friday, and then Powell speaking on Friday. So that's gonna be and Powell and the core PCE coming out that day. So Friday gonna be some a make or break day. Friday gonna be a make or break day. I can feel it in my bones, right? I can feel it in my bones. Since we got this stuff on Friday, we got this PCE, and Jackson Hole and Powell speaking on Friday. This week might be counter. Y'all know how the market trade ahead of stuff like this right here. Ahead of Powell speaking, ahead of like big numbers. Excuse me, man, that breakfast coming back with revenge. The market be trading stupid. Leading up into that stuff. Got OPEC meeting, job openings on the 30th. Consumer confidence on the 30th. Manufacturing PMI. Non-farm payroll on the 2nd. PMI on the 2nd. Yeah. We got a lot of stuff going on. And we got FOMC on the 21st. Right? This gonna be the doozy for next month. Right? That's gonna be the doozy for next month on the 21st. That's gonna be the doozy. That's when we're gonna find out what they doing. If they doing a 0.5%, if they gonna stay up at 75, if this one we gonna find, that's the doozy for next month. So this month almost over, and the biggest thing we got going on for this month pretty much is this PCE. We got this PCE and then Jackson Hole on Friday, right? That's about the biggest thing we got going on right there. Yeah, boom. We got PCE and Jackson Hole on Friday. That's about the biggest thing we got going on for the rest of the month, right? Because next week, only thing we got is consumer confidence, job openings, and some ADP information on jobs, right? Yep. So it ain't a whole lot of big stuff left in August that's gonna really shake up the market unless looking at home. What in the world? She must be talking to Timothy. She got to be talking to Timothy. Okay, now that we done said all that, let's go back to the screen where the chart is. Right? Let's go back to the screen where the chart is. Now, that's how it look on the daily. Right? Let me get this screenshot out of here. And let's go back to the real candles. So now these the real candles here, right? So where we gonna go? Let's drop down to like, I marked out some 4-hour stuff too. I have marked out some 4-hour stuff. Let me add a few more days on here. I got some. That was, you know what? Let me see. That might have been. No, that was a weekly. Was that weekly? I don't know. I can't see. I got such a glare, man. I can't really much see. But I have marked out some 4-hour stuff over here. The smaller stuff over here on the side. I marked out some 4-hour gaps, like some 4-hour gaps up here. So this green line I got at the top right up here, that was Friday's high, right? We got Friday's high. We got Friday's low, right? Friday's low was 42.20.75, right? And then wait a minute, these 4-hour candles. So that ain't Friday's high. These 4-hour candles, let me get some 60 minutes. Boom, there you go. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. This right here, Friday's high. Right over there. That right there was something different that I marked. I don't even know what that was. I can't remember what I marked that for. Oh, that's the last swing high we have made. That's the last swing high we have made, like on the 4-hour time frame. That's what that was. I know why I marked that. Don't worry about it. Don't pay that no attention, y'all. I just had lost myself for a minute. So here we go. Friday was the 19th. Yes, Friday was the 19th. So here we go. Friday's high was pretty much made like at midnight. So it wasn't no swing high. So Friday's high was made at midnight right here at 42.85.50, right? So we got Friday's high at 42.85.50. Let's mark this out. Friday's high at 42.85.50. Boom. Right? So we're going to make that our buy side liquidity. I'm tired of trying to see that. So I'm going to put this on the screen up here and I move it back in if I want to write on the thing later. You feel me? Because that glare is driving me crazy. See what happens when you try to be fancy? You try to be fancy and then it go wrong when being fancy go wrong, right? Copy and paste this. So we're going to make this our buy side liquidity right there. Buy side liquidity at 42, 85, 50. Boom. Buy side liquidity at 42, 85, 50. That's where our buy side liquidity, that's Friday's overnight high. That's Friday's high, right? We got some liquidity above this right here, but this one right here, I'm marking it because that's Friday's high. This next one up here is Thursday's high. If you want to note that one, I'm not gonna mark it right now, but it's 42.95.50, right? 42.95.50. So it's 10 points above. So it's 10 points above Friday's high, but I ain't gonna mark it. Why? Because I don't feel like it. Okay, so that's the buy side that I'm looking at. The sell side is right here at Friday's low, and Friday low coincides all the way back to the low of the, well, I ain't gonna say the low. It's an equal low that was made on the 12th of August, right? So Friday's low is at 42.2075. That's the sell side liquidity that's probably gonna get hit relatively quick if the market decides it wants to just continue to sell off, right? What I said that was 42.2075. 42.2075. Change the color, Tim. All right, boom. 42.2075 is the sell side that we're looking at, right? Taking out first. Now, mind you, here we go looking at it on the hourly chart. Now you can see this very pivotal area. That's that green line, right? That's the one where the Bulls and the Bears were duking it out. They were duking it out. Here we go right here. We got this daily fair value gap. That's the daily fair value gap I was telling you about, the white box. This blue box, I don't know if you can see it. Let me make that a little bit darker because I don't know how good y'all can see that right there. Let me darken up the outline. Right? Don't know if that helped either. Boom. So now the blue box, that's the weekly fair value gap. I believe that's weekly. Let me see what it is. Yeah, that's weekly. So that's a weekly fair value gap right there that we came back down to and kissed. We kissed the weekly fair value gap and started to push back up off of it, right? That's where we set the sell side liquidity at. Inside the weekly fair value gap, we have a daily fair value gap. That's since the top of the daily fair value gap is at 4202.75. That's where the top of the gap is. The bottom of the gap is at 4155.50, right? That's where the bottom of the daily fair value gap is, right? So will we have what it take to push back up now that we done came and got this breaking structure, right? We came and got it. Let's look at how the price traded on Friday and see what we can potentially do for this coming week. So the way price traded on Friday, here we go. We got Friday at midnight right here. This Friday at midnight. We sold down, we sold down, we sold down. We got a breaking structure, right? With a closure below the breaking structure. Okay, here we go. Now I need to be back on the other screen so I can draw on it. So I can draw on the screen. Now I need to be over there. This drives me crazy. I wish I could share these screens more than one screen. That would be really nice if I can share more than one screen at a time. But you can only share one screen at a time, and I can only write on my tablet. I can't write on I can't write on my I don't have a touchscreen computer. Boom. So we came down. This 12 o'clock. This 12 o'clock candle here, that's the high. We opened up and just went down, right? We opened up and we started selling off, came down. We got a breaking market structure right here. Boom, got a closure below the breaking market structure, right? Once we got the breaking market structure, we got a fair value gap right there that we never came back to, right? So that's one fair value gap that we never came back to, right? We came up, got close to it, right? We got close to it. We're inside. But no, this is a 4-hour fair value gap that over here we never got into, right? So we sold down, came back up close to the hourly fair value gap right here. This is an hourly fair value gap. We got close to it, and then we sold off, right? Once we sold off, we came down, and now here it is. Right as this the that right there. 7 o'clock candle, right? At the 7 o'clock candle, we started consolidating. Right there at the 7 o'clock candle, we started consolidating, and then we pushed back up to a 4-hour fair value gap that we did not get into. We pushed back. That's a 4-hour fair value gap that we pushed up to. Did not get into it, just like we just did not get into this hourly fair value gap at this breaking structure, right? So we came down, tested the breaking structure, and pushed down, right? At the 7 o'clock candle, started consolidating, pushed up to this 4-hour fair value gap, right? But did not get into it, right? So did not get into the hourly, did not get into the 4-hour, right? So then we pushed back down, and we just kind of dilly-dally the rest of the way on the way down. We came down, made another swing high, came back up right here to another 4-hour fair value gap that we did not get into, right? There's another 4-hour fair value gap that we did not get into. We're making the gaps, but we're not. It's like we're coming back and kissing them and then pushing back down, right? So right here, we're now at the point, right? We're at this point right here where we are engineering liquidity, or we're swimming in the liquidity pool, right? We're swimming in the liquidity pool, right? So came down, right? We got the breaking structure right here. Boop. We broke structure on the hourly to the downside. Now we just swimming in the liquidity pool right now. We just swimming, right? Engineering liquidity, swimming in the pool, however you want to look at it. That's where we closed the day off at. We closed the day off swimming and engineering liquidity, right? And that engineering liquidity is sitting right on the top of this weekly fair value gap, right? It's sitting. We came down and kissed the top of this weekly fair value gap, forming a relative, it was pretty much an equal low from August 12th, right? And that is at 42.2075, right? That's where we're at. That's how we traded on Friday. Now, what does it look like it's trying to do? Let's figure that out. Like I say, we didn't come back to that fair value gap. We kissed it, pushed down. We didn't come back to that fair value gap. We kissed it, pushed down. Right? We didn't come back to that fair value gap. When I say come back, I mean get inside the gap. Pause. Right? Kissed it, pushed down. Right? So the market got a whole lot of liquidity that it has left up here in the form of imbalances. Right? Shout out PDub and Lex. But when it was yesterday, they was talking about, I had never heard this term before. I don't know if they made it up or not. I had never heard this term before, but they was talking about what they called it, inside liquidity. they call it inside liquidity. I don't know if they made it up. I had never heard the term before. If it's something they got for somebody else, shout out whoever taught them, but it like was a gem to me, right? So looking at this right here, right? This is our buy side. This is our sell side right here. The main buy side, the main sell side, right? Because, well, no, this one here. This is, yeah, right up. This is our high right here. Right. Well, actually, it would be this one right here because that's the main one. But just going off of the previous days, highs and low right here, this 42, 85, 50, that's the buy side liquidity. And this 42, 20, 75, that's the sell side liquidity, right? So up here, we're gonna call it, we're gonna talk about how they was talking about the inside liquidity, right? So right, the buy side there, the sell side there, and they was talking about like the inside liquidity up in here, right? Inside, in, in, in. So, right, we got a lot of inside liquidity up here that we was leaving all day long going down. If the market wants to continue to be bearish, right? Y'all already know how I like for the market to trade if it's bearish. I want it to go up and then go down, right? I want it to run liquidity up and then push down because on the way down, right? On the way down, we came down, ran liquidity up under these lows, kept pushing down. Right. Let me go to the regular chart to see exactly how much liquidity we ran. Right. So we had liquidity sitting over here, we had liquidity sitting over there, and we came down here and made equal lows. Right. Once the market makes those equal lows, right, 9 times out of 10, that is the target. Right. 9 times out of 10, it makes an equal low as a target. Right. Yeah, internal liquidity, external liquidity. That's what they said, right? These equal lows right here, right? And little Timmy Rogers world, that is the target that the market wants to take out, right? The market wants to push down some more, right? In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Because we came up here, we kissed this, and then now we're starting to break lower, right? Let me screenshot this part right here and right on the screen a little bit. Boom. Right? So Pete, right? Over here, right? We pushing up, we just pushing, 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 right? Once we got up here, if you notice, right? We going up, we going up, we coming down, right? The low over there. We going up, we coming down. The low over there. We going up, consolidated, the low over there. We going up, did something like that, and then boom, what do we get there? A breaking market structure, right? We got a breaking market structure to the downside. We have been pushing up, pushing up. So now the market just told us, okay, I want to go down because we got a closure below that breaking market structure right there. Boom. So now the market told us, I want to go down. We came down, we came back up, right? Kiss that fair value gap up there, right? Push down. Uh-oh, get back over there. Right? Kiss that fair value gap and push down. Right? Came down, consolidated in this area right here. Right? Consolidating that area right there. AK jumped in the liquidity pool. Here go the liquidity pool. Sploosh. Up, down, go. Right? So shout out PDub again. What we called it? Engineering liquidity. Boom. Right there. Right? So we jumped in the liquidity pool, up, down, up, down, up, down. Broke out again, right? To the downside, right? We got a closure below the breaking structure. That's what the line is right there. We got a breaking structure. And then I put that line there on the weekly, if I ain't mistaken. Let me double check that. I think I marked that on a weekly. No, I didn't. I marked it on, look like a daily maybe. Let's go to daily. It wasn't a weekly. It was a daily. Yep, boom. Daily breaking market structure right there. Right? So we got a daily breaking market structure right there, right? We closed below it, and then we wick back up to right there, right? We wick back up to the bottom of that fair value gap, right? So when we wick back up to this point right here, we didn't take any liquidity, right? We didn't take any liquidity. We pushed down, we wicked up again. We didn't take any liquidity. Pushed down. See what I'm saying? It's like we came down, pushed up, didn't take liquidity. Came down, broke another low. That's taking out liquidity, right? We came down, pushed up, didn't take liquidity. Pushed down, broke another low. That's taking liquidity. See what I'm saying? We steady taking liquidity to the downside, but when we bounce back up, we're not taking any liquidity to the upside. Now, we've come down here and set equal lows, right? We set equal lows. Equal lows equals target. That's an arrow. If you don't know what that is, that was an arrow and a target. So equal lows equal target, right? So boom. Now that we done set them equal lows, we got a lot of this is our external liquidity. I can't write external liquidity. And this is our internal right here. Shout out PDub them. I just learned that yesterday and I'm using it like a champ, right? So now, boom, we got our buy side, we got our sell side, and we got all of this internal liquidity, right, that we haven't touched. So for a bearish week, to play out to standard, we would need to come up and get this internal liquidity right there. Leave this buy side alone, right? Leave that buy side alone, and then come down and get into this fair value gap going up under that liquidity. And if we come up to this, if we come up to all of this internal liquidity that we left on Friday, was that Friday? Yeah. All this internal liquidity that we left on Friday, right? Let's see where that would put us. Let me go to an hourly chart. Get our old trusty Fibonacci's. Let's get our Fibonacci's. Let's get our Fibonacci's out. We're gonna go from the buy side, from the high, our buy side down to our sell side. Right? I can't see. Then blow this up. All right. If we get all of the sell side, that'll give us a 80% retracement. If we come to the this wick for wick, if we take it wick for wick where we went the last time and kiss that fair value gap, that'll give us a 62% retracement. Right? If we come right back to above equilibrium to the breaking structure, right here to the bottom of this fair value gap, the bottom of the 4-hour fair value gap right there at 4260. Just say 4261, somewhere at 4260, close enough for government work. That'll be a 62% retracement going into a discount for the sellers. And if we got all of the internal liquidity and left the buy side alone, like I was saying, then it will be it'll be a 79% retracement, right? So, and the reason why I say leave this buy side alone right here, because if we came up here, let me take this stuff off the screen, right? If we pushed up from here and bust through that buy side, right, that'll start giving me the feel that the market want to go up. If we push up here and bust through that buy side, right, and get into the external liquidity. But if we just push up and take out this internal liquidity, right, even up to the top of it, right, but even if it got here and came wick for wick right there with that and came back down, then I would be cool with that, because now this equal highs would be, that's equal highs equals a target, right? Equal highs equals a target. That'll give us equal highs right there, even if we came to a 62% retracement and made equal highs right here at this little shift in sentiment right there, right at that little shift in sentiment right there. Gave us some equal highs right there. I'm pretty sure it's some some breakers and all of that inside this area over here, right? I'm pretty sure it's something in there, but I ain't even look for all that because it'd be making my head hurt. But that's pretty much it of what I see possibly coming for next week. Once we start trading tonight and tomorrow, I'll try to pin down some more exact levels. Y'all know I like to take Monday to like really flesh out what's going on with the chart. But right now, that's really what I want to see. We already set the equal lows, right? Now I want to see us come back up into this liquidity here. Leave that alone. Leave that 42.85 alone, and then push back down. Anywhere in between here, preferably getting back up to, let me see what that high is. That's 42.61.75. So right around that 42.60 area I was talking about, right? Coming back up around this 42.60 area right here, that'll be the preferred area to come back down from, right? And the reason why I say that is because that'll give us some equal highs to target on the way back up after we come down into those fair value gaps down there. Once we get into those, let me go back to the daily real quick. I can do it on the 60-minute. Boom. Once we get into that fair value gap and come down here and test this 4,200, let's say if we come down and test that 4,200 and the 4,200 prevails again, right? That way, those equal highs right up here at 4,260 would be a nice target to shoot back up to get, you know what I'm saying, to get and then bounce off of to go up. If all the information come out good with Powell, with Jackson Hole, with PCE. If not, y'all see what we got to the downside. We can get all the way down to like we can get all the way down to 41. What this is right here. We can get all the way down to 41.40 easy, right? Because we got a weekly fair value gap, we got a daily fair value gap, and then we got an hourly fair value gap that extends below the daily. So we can get down to 41.40 easy if the numbers and the information coming out is bad. But if the numbers and information come out somewhat on par, I see us at least coming down and testing this 4,200 again after going back up and getting that inside liquidity and pushing down a little bit more. We do need to push down a little bit more. I really want to push down a little bit more or even consolidate, but I prefer pushing down, testing that 4,200 one more time, because we came up and we consolidated, and then we got close and tested it here. But now we pushing up, getting a good running start. And I want to get a good running start and come down and test it and then bounce back up off of it then. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. If anybody want to pull up and share anything, if I missed anything, if I said something that wasn't quite right, if I said something that somebody don't agree with, the link in the chat. Let's talk about it, man. Let's have a conversation. I ain't one of them dudes that feel like I know everything and I get offended because somebody have a difference in opinions. I love difference of opinions because where's my mouse? I love difference in opinions because it forces me to nope, I don't want to close that. I want to put that on that screen. It forces me to look at another side of the story. It forces me to look at another side of the story. I like a difference in opinion. I appreciate you, Tranisha. I appreciate you, Andre. I appreciate you, Colleen. Get out of my way, notification. I appreciate you, Colleen. I appreciate that, Brittany, with the internal liquidity, external liquidity. That was a gem that they dropped yesterday. What about Vixx? Oh, I might have to look at some Vixx plays. Yeah, if you play the Vixx, when it get I say maybe like toward the end of the month, get some Vixx calls around the end of the month, depending on where the Vixx is. Let's see where the Vixx at right now. Let's see where the Vixx is right now. God dog, my mouse is going crazy. What's up with my mouse? Let's see where the Vixx is right now. We ain't even look at my home girl. Spyleen, where you at, baby? Here I go. There goes Spyleen. What's going on, Spyleen, baby? I'm sorry, girl. I ain't even look at you. Look at Spyleen. If we come back up, if we push up, let's look at Spyleen on the hourly real quick. Right, Spyleen, we came down. If we come back up to this breaking structure right here, just push up. Really don't want to get up too high. I don't want to get up too high and start breaking structure to the upside. You see what I'm saying? I want to push up and take care of some stuff. So hopefully the ES like push up and do some stuff before Spyleen open up. Because I really don't want to start breaking structure to the upside on Spyleen. I want to just push down some more. So hopefully the ES come up and do some stuff before Spyleen open, and then we start pushing back down and get down to this fair value gap over here. Come down to this fair value gap over here. What let me see. Spyleen closed at 421.77. And then we closed at what was the close? 42.30.25. Right. What was my little, y'all remember my little thing, my little trick I had? I said I was getting close. I had done got, it was 42.30.25. Was I taking away 14? Was I taking away 14? What's that? 421 something. What was I taking away? 421.77. Yep, I was taking away 14. So 421.62 and it say 421.77. Yeah, I was taking away 14. So if we got to go down there and test that 4,200, right? 41.8 is 418.60, right? So that'll put us down. Yeah, that'll put us down into this fair value gap right here. That'll put us down in this fair value gap right here and run some liquidity up under this swing low right there. So that'll push us down to this fair value gap, right? If we bounced off of 4,200, that'll get us down here 41, pretty much 41.18. So it's in between 41.18 and 41.19, but that'll be below this swing low right here, right? And if we hit that and wicked up off of it, that, you know what I'm saying, that'll put us down, get up under this liquidity right here, get into this fair value gap right there. Or maybe even if we go a little bit below 4,200 and then wick back up, that'll put us back at the breaking structure. That'll put us back at the breaking structure just below 417. That's getting into the area where I was like between 417 and 413. I'm gonna be looking for the scale. It's all playing out around the same thing on Spyleen. It's all playing out the same. Appreciate you, Spyleen, for letting us pull up on you like that. Now we was looking at the Vixx. The Vixx is at 20 right now. The Vixx is at 20 right now. I don't really play the Vixx, but I'll say if we can get the Vixx down, up under this, what is that? The low on that is 1971. Okay, if we can get the VIX, if the VIX get down to like 19 or 18 around the end of the month, then you know what I'm saying? Even if it stay around 20. So like 18 or 19, so anywhere in this consolidation, if we can get the VIX to give us a little dip below this consolidation right here, if we can get the VIX to give us a dip below this consolidation right here toward the end of the month, then I'll be looking to get like at the money call for after FOMC. Right, that's how I would play it. I would get an app if we can get the VIX to dip below this and get down to like maybe like 19 or 18, right? By the end of the month, then I would get like a at the money call, which would be like 18 or 19, whatever it is. Highest I would get is 20. I won't go no higher than 20. It's either gonna be at the money or 20. If it's below 20, it's either gonna be at the money or 20, right? And then get it for after FOMC. And when it's coming up to when it come up to like a lot of times what they do, they snow you. They won't give you no expiration after the date, after the volatile date. They don't be giving you no what's the name? Let's check that to see if they trying to snow you this time. Let's go to bar chart. How can you look up the VIX on bar chart? I don't know how to look up the VIX on bar chart. How do you look up the VIX on bar chart? Do anybody know how to look up the VIX on bar chart? I don't know how. Do anybody know how to look the I don't know how to look up VIX on bar chart. I was trying to see if they had an expiration date for after FOMC, but you know what I'm saying? I just get it for after FOMC, and then the day before I would just like get out. Either the day before, if it spikes like the day before, or if it spikes like the morning of, then I would just get out. I wouldn't hold it until VXX. I wouldn't hold it until after the meeting, after it drops. I wouldn't hold it to after it drops. Put call ratio. Is that it right there? Nah, that ain't it. I don't know. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what they call it, but if it was me, that's what I would do. Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat. Oh, what's up, Draco? Draco in the building. What's up, Stacks? What's going on, Stacks? What's up, Kevo? Is Towns in here? Towns sent me a dissertation on IG. I'm trying to figure out what he was talking about. Y'all all over it, man. Y'all dropping all kind of stuff in there. Y'all dropping all kind of gems in there. Talk about the yield curve and all that. Talk about all that stuff. I don't be talking about ebony and ivory. What's up, Ebony? What's going on, Kirky Max? Gabriel, what were you talking about inside the DM? What are you talking about? Let me know. Does anyone else sing the last part of Spotlight? What you be saying that? Here I go. You be saying that? You be doing the here. Oh, we've been on here for over an hour. I've been running my mouth. What's going on, Pamela? I like to go through the chat and shout people out, man. I appreciate y'all for $ Vixx. Is that what it is? Said $ Vixx. Let's see if that works. That's an and sign or ampersand. There you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. You are so smart, Brittany. I appreciate that, Brittany. You are quite the gem indeed. Indubitably. I appreciate that. Okay. Option prices. Let's go to option prices. When was FOMC? Did I close the tab? FinViz. Not FinViz. Forex Factory. FOMC. Did I pass it? Oh, the 21st. So September 21st. Let's see if they got. It's on the day. It is the day of. They got it for the day of. So boom. Yeah, I would be out of there. The 20s last traded for 450 per contract. And it closed at 2060. You know what I'm saying? So if it get down to like 19 $19 I'll be like looking at maybe like this price range for it, anywhere from like $3 to $4, somewhere in that price range. That'll probably be the price range you'll be looking at if it get down to, depending on how much time, how long it take to get there. But if it get down to like 18, 19, if the 20s went for 450 on Friday, when it get down, if it get down to like 18, 19, you'll be looking around anywhere from like $3 to $4 for at the money, and then for out the money, anywhere from $2.50 to $3, maybe somewhere around this price range here, if for out the money. But with the VIX, I would just go at the money with the VIX and get it for FOMC. And then when it spiked, if it spiked before FOMC, take your money and go. Don't play with the VIX. If it spiked before FOMC, hey, take your money and go. Don't be like, oh, it's gonna keep ripping. Get out of there. Get out of there. Right? See how here it like on the 9th. We just picking this date. On the 9th right there. On the 8th, it was here. The 9th, we got a spike. The 10th, we got a spike and drop back down. So people hard drop. And then they held onto it and it spiked up there. They're like, oh, that thing gonna keep going. No, sir. No, sir. Over the next 2 days, no, sir. All the way back down here. And when it went back down like that 2 days later, oh, it don't be the same price it was over here. Your premium be ugly. Hey man, that's all I got, man. I ain't got nothing else. I don't see nobody trying to pull up. I'm getting hungry. Hey, like I say, tonight, once we trade tonight, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll have a clearer view of what the market gonna try to do next week. Hopefully it continue this bearishness. I wanted to pull back because I done got out of all my positions. So I want to get back into some stuff. I want to get back into some swings. For anybody who didn't catch my IG live that I did, I saved it. I shared with y'all that I spiraled out of control on Friday. Friday morning, I was up 4% on the week. Friday at close, I was down 10% after the spiral. So I gave the whole story on IG, what happened, what made me spiral, and all the stupidity I went through. That was my first spiral in over a year. I had been doing real good. I don't know if I spiraled because I started feeling like I was super disciplined. I don't know if I spiraled because I felt like I just needed to take a trade. I don't know if I got complacent. I don't know what it was, but I know what made me spiral, and I know I was out of control because I was in here yelling at myself, Tim, just leave it alone, and I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. But luckily this time it wasn't a whole heap of money. It was 10% is a lot of money. I ain't gonna hold you, but it wasn't like it was the last time I spiraled back in 2021. 2021 was ugly. It was ugly. That was bad. But my goal is not to lose 2% a week, and I lost 10% this week. So I ain't gonna try to get it back. It just was a bad day, a bad week. So in reality, I lost like probably over 14% because I was up 4%, and then I ended down 10. So in reality, I lost like over 14% in one day, but I ended up down 10% on the week. That's a lot of money. I don't play when it comes to my money. I spiral. I just want to share that with y'all just so y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just a regular dude. I'm a full-time trader, but I'm not Superman. All them people that try to pretend like they don't never lose or they don't spiral and stuff like that, them folk lying to you, man. I'm just sharing my experience with y'all. I'm sharing my journey. And I feel like it'll be irresponsible of me to sit here and pretend like I never make mistakes. And while you suffering in silence, you know what I'm saying? You thinking, man, Tim don't never mess up. How come I can't get this? Tim do mess up. You know what I'm saying? You are not alone. I mess up too. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. No Spiral Monday. Oh, that's Towns. What's up, man? I ain't even see you down there. I was about to dip. What's happening with you?
Hey, what's good, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's up? I see you say quick question. What you got?
All right.
Is that beeping in your house or mine?
That's mine.
Oh, okay. All right, what's happening?
I'm in the kitchen.
Hey, yeah, because I heard it was beeping. It sounded like my air fryer and my microwave. And I know my wife not here, so I was about to go get my pistol. What's up with you,
man? Same thing. All right. The question was, how much are the futures contracts? That's what I was trying to find out. Because you remember, like I told you, I'm doing this research. So like I'm looking at the spot prices. Then I'm actually looking at the ES value. But I was trying to figure out like options. I know how much the contract is. I'm like, which one am I paying for? Am I paying for what they give me, like the 4,000, or am I paying the spot price? And that's because I don't know nothing. That's
you saying for futures?
Yeah, like I'm looking at the ES. You know, like I said, a couple months down the line, I'm gonna start.
It depends on your broker. It depends on your broker, right? Your broker, like for Ninja Trader, let's go to the let's go. What in the world was that? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I just heard some sound like a bear or somebody was eating you. I'm saying it was like I don't know what that was, but so let me see if I can find it. Margins. Margins. I used to know where pricing. Is it on pricing? No, I need margins. Hold on. Where's the search? Platforms, help. Okay. Account management, training. It used to be a thing that said something about like margin. You just clicked on it. It was like margins. Oh, right here, margins. Okay, so margins. View margins by market. Okay, so it depends on your broker, right? So for your broker, right, this is Ninja Trader prices, right? So for the big boy ES, the big boy NQ, right? Oh, I'll just go from top. So for the big boy ES, right, you have to put up $500 to buy a contract. That's the money that you put up, right? Okay. And then you manage your risk. Once you put that money, that's for intraday trading, right? You put that up, and if you want to hold it overnight, right, you got to have at least $11,000 in your account in order to hold it over the break, that hour break, right? So for the micro ES, you put up $50 per contract, and if you want to hold it overnight, you got to have at least $1,100 in your account to hold it overnight. Well, it's either the initial or the maintenance. I can't remember which one it is, but just go with the initial and you can't go wrong. You feel what I'm saying? So it depends on your broker. So now for TradeStation, my other account that offers futures that I use, theirs is 25%. So it's 25% of this 11,000 that I have to put up to buy a contract. So with them, because that used to be 13,000, it done went down. But so 11,000 times 0.25. So I would have to put up $2,750 to buy a contract with them. So that's why I said it depends on your broker. Ninja Trader is what considered a discount broker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's what lets a lot of people with smaller accounts get into the futures game, because not a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like if you on trading trade station, if you buy one contract at $2,700, you know what I'm saying? That's bigger than some people's small account. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on your broker, and you're putting up the intraday margin in order to get into the contract, unless you're trying to swing it. If you're trying to swing it, you got to have that initial margin in your account to hold it over the break.
All right. So what time it's got to close out by?
It usually be
Before they hit
around
me with the next margin.
345. It like, I think they margin call you at like, with Ninja Trade, I believe they margin call you at like 345.
Okay.
Like you want to like go in and read what the broker say, but if I ain't mistaken, because I got margin called on Ninja Trader one time, because I didn't realize that. When I first started trading futures, and I was in a position, I had an ES contract on. I was in the position, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna let this swing overnight." And then I got an email. It was like, "You got margin call," and it closed my position. I was up, but it closed my position because I didn't have like the $13,000 in my account to hold it over the break. And they close you. They don't care if you up, down, or flat. They just close it without even asking your permission.
All right, so that 500, is that the same price you'll pay if you short it?
Yeah, that's just like with futures, it's just the price of the contract. Now, don't even look at that 500. You should have said that 50. You're messing up. You should have said, "Hey, with that 50, is that the same price if you shorten?"
I got enough to move that 500, man.
Hey, go ahead, big money, go ahead, go ahead. Now, mind you, now look up. You got to remember now, when you put that 500 up, is $50 per point with it going and coming. So if it go against you, it's busting you in the head. $50 per point. If it go your way, it's $50 per point. It's good money. It's fast money. But you want to get your sea legs looking at this micro.
The MES. Okay.
The MES. You don't want to try to get your sea legs out here on that big boy. Get your sea legs on that micro first.
Okay. All right. So with the DM, so you got videos that explain, and I'm asking because I mainly just watch the lives right now. You got videos that explain like the tick and how the price is affected by the tick and everything.
If you go to, let me see. I did a what's the name? Let me see. It's like, I think it was like a 3-part. I think it was a 3-part series that I did. It was called Let's Talk About Futures or something like that. What my playlist at? Show more. Tim's Tidbit Live. Okay. Let me search. Futures. Hey, why didn't it search my list? I thought it searched my list. It searched everybody on YouTube. Is it? Yeah, it should be Tim's Tidbit Live. Dinner discussion. Nah, man, this can't be. This can't be the Hold on, man. Let me go to your videos. Search across your channel. There you go. Future. Let's talk futures part 1. Let's talk. I know I had more than, okay, February 2000. Okay, let's go back to February. Let's go back to February. See what you're doing to me, Towns?
See, I got now. See, I see part one, but I don't see part two on there. I just see got searching part one on my YouTube.
Yes, it's like here we go. Here we go. Right here. Um that no, that's lunchtime lessons, late night. Back test and Ninja Trader. Okay. Okay, so that's one. Back test and Ninja Trader. That's one. See when I got the glasses on like that right there, they at the money strategist. The ones where I got the glasses on right that like that one right there, like that one right there. Those were the ones when I was those was like the futures videos because I had like the glasses on. So right there. So yeah, so that one. Introduction to futures. That's one of them because that's when Jason came on there. That's when I was what does that say? What a thumbnail say? Uh that's part two. Okay, so that's part two. So oh, they got different names. That's why it was hard for me to find it. So it's the ones when I got like the little glasses on. The first one wasn't don't look like what part one at part one had Spider-Man on it. I know I seen Spider-Man on there. And then part two and three, they got me with the glasses. So see how the thumbnail with me with the glasses on it right there?
Yeah.
Introduction to Ninja Trader. Yeah, man, they on there, man. What I'll do, I'll go put them in their own folder because we holding everybody up just trying to find something for you. Get off my live. Hey, what I'll do, I'll go put them in their own, I'll put them in their own playlist called Intro to Futures. And then when you go to the page, just look for the playlist that say Intro to Futures. And I have all the videos in there in one spot.
Cool. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you in the morning. Take it easy.
Say again.
I say I'll see you in the morning. Take it easy.
Oh yeah, appreciate you. What y'all talk about? What y'all talk about on there? Need his info too. Need his info too. I don't trade futures. Good question. Thanks to him for giving free. Oh yeah, yeah. For anybody else that's looking for it too, I'm about to make a playlist. I'm gonna make a playlist and then I'm gonna go find all. I think it's 4 videos. I'm gonna find all 4 of them and put them in a playlist called Intro to Futures. And then just go to the playlist and look for Intro to Futures. And then that's what all the videos will be. It go through like futures. It go through setting up Ninja Trader. I go through like everything, setting up Ninja Trader, how to get a free Ninja Trader account, how to set it up, how I set it up, how I make my charts and all that. Different strategies. Setting up the ATM strategies like the automated trade management or whatever they call it. All of that, you know what I'm saying? I go through all of that. So and then if that ain't like clear enough, if that ain't clear enough, the homie PDub, if you click on the link on any of my videos, if you click on the link of any of my videos, PDub go in depth. He go in depth talking about like different futures information, and it's say oh, this is the older ones. I'm about to put it on these, but the newer video, like if you look in the description below on this video that we watching right now, it say PDub free content or something like that. And PDub, he go into some right here, PDub free content. He go into some good information about the ES also. And all of this is more like strategy type stuff like that. So y'all check that out. If the videos that I put in there don't answer all your questions, then PDub got some more strategy stuff too. That's it. I got all that. Michelle Tucker, what's going on, Michelle Tucker? Hey, let me see you pull up. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to my sweetie back. I'm about to go hang out. I'll see y'all in the morning at 9 o'clock for the overnight price action. Hang out with your family for the rest of the evening. Enjoy your family. Hug somebody. Tell them you love them. If your parents still here with us, call your parents and say, "Hey, mama, hey, dad, I love you." If you got grown kids, like me, call your kids and say, "Hey, mama, daddy was thinking about you. I love you. Be safe out there." I see y'all in the morning for the overnight price action. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gone.